Hello, and thank you all for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. We have a great lineup for you tonight. So please go ahead and check out the description, and we will be right back. Hello, and welcome. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Goddess Tulsa show. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to go ahead and get ready for the show. We have some great news for you. Okay? We're going to have a great time. So I really, really, really appreciate you and your dedication to showing up. Gratitude. Don't be afraid to hit that cash app. And don't forget to smash that like button. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are here tonight. Thank you all so much for coming out to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. I am your host, Queen Tulsa. And before we get the show started, I want to say if you're a new subscriber, thank you for subscribing. If you're a returning subscriber, thank you for returning. I love the loyalty. Shout out to Ebony M in the building. She says, hello, everyone, with a heart. All right, guys. So thank you all for coming out and tuning in tonight to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. And as you can see, we have a lot of people on our docket. Okay. We have Nosy Hoe, we have Diana, we have Sharrell, we have Perry, we have Jason Lee, and we also have Nicki Minaj. Well, you guys are probably wanting to know, well, Queen Tulsa, well, what do we need to know tonight about this situation? Well, here, let me help you out. Foremost, I want to, who should I start on first? You guys let me know, who should I start on first? Oh my God, my lips are giving big, big. Okay, so I'll just go ahead and randomly pick A through Z. We'll start off with Shirelle. Okay, so we're gonna start off with Shirelle. I want to start off with Shirelle. Okay, Shirelle, I've been on her platform several. Okay, so get Nicki out the way. Okay, so we are gonna get Nicki Minaj out the way. Okay, because the people spoke. Okay, so Nicki Minaj, let me just say this. A lot of people may not agree with Nicki Minaj and how she's rolling and what she's doing. But this is my thing. You have Nosy Hoe, and this is, yes, go ahead and cover the story, bring awareness to the situation, right? But when you say, I'm trying to help a victim, but then you're going after this woman and just holding the gas down, no brakes, no emergency brake. And Nosy Hoe really asked for this. She's still trying to scrounge around and make light of the story, but nobody's really buying it. I personally know her as a gutter snipe. She's straight from the gutter. Anytime a person just has like all this anger and hate towards children and towards black women, it bothers me. And to have Shirelle on this woman's panel and her being at every gathering, it makes me raise an eyebrow at Shirelle. And another thing, I was on Sharrell's panel at one point in time, and Nosy Hoe was up there, and this was freshly when the accusations had come out, and I was just like, what did I say? I think I asked Nosy how she felt. But then I went on to say, well, do you remember when you drugged me? You know, when you drugged me and you had people coming at my channel, what's the big deal? Sis, you've done this before. You know how this goes. You know, you say, hey, as you would call your mermaids, go get information. But you're mad at Nicki Minaj for having a platform full of barbs that support her. That's pretty much doing the same thing that you're doing, except she's not on here lying about nobody and dragging nobody. That's you. That's you, sis. So, Nicki, I want to say this: if you are watching, get her for everything that she's got. She wants to keep opening up that mouth. She still wants to keep it going. You hadn't replied, and I think that's what Nosy's looking for. She's looking for that engagement with you, but you're a superstar. And I understand that you have people that go and speak on your behalf. So if she ever thought she was going to get close to you, it's not going to happen, Nosy. It's not going to happen. And I feel like Nosy is gathering and putting everybody in this beef with her. She's the one that started it. It was her mouth that got all of this beef started. You know, you want to be nosy, you want to be messy. Well, there's consequences and repercussions that come behind that. Let's be honest, sis. Let's keep it funky. You know, let's keep it funky here. All right, there we go. Yeah, we'll keep it funky. Let's really talk about it. What Nicki Minaj is over here doing her own thing, giving women the opportunity to be on her record, you know, super freaky girl, if you haven't already. I think Nicki Minaj knows some behind the scene things that we all don't know. I don't hate Nosy, but I feel like when you do something and when you say something, let me go ahead and get my banner. Okay. And before we go any further, let's go ahead because everything here is alleged and this is fair use. All right. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a, is per, it, fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing nonprofit, educational, or professional use tips the balance in favor of fair use. This video was made for entertainment purposes and is transformative in nature. Okay, now that we've got that out, because everything here is alleged, these are just opinions and strictly that. Okay, everything said here is alleged and opinion and for entertainment purposes only. Okay. Okay, so Nicki Minaj pretty much got YouTube on excitement. She's about to sue a YouTuber. You know, of course, Cardi B did it first. Now Nicki is doing it to Nosy Hoe. Like I said, Nosy Hoe went on this panel. She was making finger gestures of what this woman was doing as though she was in the same room right next to her, committing whatever it was that she was saying that she committed. And see, this is the thing. Nicki Minaj has been the underdog. If we really think about it, Nicki Minaj has been the underdog. She knows how that feels, right? And so she's already fighting in her music, fighting in the industry, fighting for change. And a lot of people mistaken that for, oh, she's a B, oh, she's this, oh, she's that. No, it seems like when a black woman speaks up about something, oh, she's problematic, oh, this, oh, that, but you don't know the behind the scenes. You don't know that some of these men that are in front of us, they be trying to pit us against each other. Let's talk about it. Let's evaluate the situation, because a lot of people are trying to give Nicki a hard time. We all know in our normal lives how individuals can act up. Let's be honest. We know how people can, throw rocks and then hide their hands and then sit back like there was nothing going on. We see this all the time. The only difference is this woman has a big platform and this woman is a mega superstar. That's the only difference. This stuff happens on a daily basis. But the people that's amping it up, what are you doing about it? Are you trying to bring women? Are you trying to bring people together in your community? We all know Nicki Minaj is in the industry. Okay, there's marketing, um, there's press, you know, there's a lot that goes into being a celebrity. You don't have any privacy. You have privacy, but to a certain degree. I'll say to a certain degree. Let's be real. So really what I want Nicki Minaj to do, if she sees this, I want her to continue to give women opportunities. Don't let Super Freaky Girl be, you know, the first nor the last, where you have an X amount of women on there really doing their thing. I mean, the ladies really put their raps together. They really did it for me. I mean, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. I really like just her by herself on it, but I enjoy it with the other girls as well. Okay. So now who should we go who should we go to next? So now we've got Nicki Minaj out the way. We have Jason Lee. We have Perry Sanders. We have Sharrell's World. And then we have the Wiley Show. Y'all let me know, which one should we do next? Let me know. Please like, share, and subscribe. Please hit the like button. I see that we only have 3 likes and we have 7 viewers in here. If you're engaged and you're appreciating the content, a like is free and it really helps my channel. Okay, so let's go ahead and so one, two. We have Jason Lee, we have Wiley, we have let's see, we have Sharrell, Perry, Wiley, and Monica at All About the Tea. Pick the next subject, Tosa. Okay. So here, we'll go ahead and we'll go to Nosy Hoe. Okay, so Nosy Hoe. She was barking up this tree. She was on Sharrell's channel. Shirelle was trying to let her know, hey, we don't want no lawsuits. Nosy Hoe stated, she can do whatever. She can do whatever. She can do whatever. And guess what? She got it. And when she got it, she didn't have that big bark. Now it's like, oh my gosh, she's sending the barbs after me. I'm being harassed. I'm being this. I'm being this. I'm being doxxed. Homegirl, you always want to play a playback. Well, why don't you go into your playback and play the times where you doxed Monica at All About the Tea? And it wasn't even her. I mean, you had people in Texas taking photos and stuff of people's car. And you, ma'am, you didn't have all your facts straight. You was knocking at the wrong door. And now karma is making her way right back to you. You are about to feel everything that those people were feeling when you were doing it to them. So now, Miss Big Bad, Miss Attitude, it's always F this, F that. And I don't give a I don't give a F attitude. Where's that at, sis? Where's that? You always want to sit up and run and make fun of somebody. And then you want somebody to have some sympathy for you. Girlfriend, you are a joke. And then my thing is, you set up and you had a YouTube channel. You had like two or three of them. And you were dominating. You were like running these groups and running the ex panel members. I mean, I really got to give it to you, Nosy, because you really made money off of All About the Tea, and you weren't even involved. Those members that were involved, honey, they weren't pulling in the numbers and the bread that you were pulling in, honey. Mhm. So, for you, Nosy, why don't you just let it go? We know for a fact that you are not a bad girl. Okay. We know that you're not a bad girl. This facade that you're putting up, nobody is scared of you. So why don't you just come on and just do regular content? Stop trying to bully people. And then when they come to you, it's like, oh my God, I'm scared. What am I going to do? I'm sending this to the police. Oh, now you friendly with the police when you were just running from them, love. You see how that works? You were running from the police and now you need the police. How does that work? Because you do have a criminal history, sis. You do. Oh yeah, you got a filthy criminal history. Yes, absolutely. But you're always up in somebody else's. You got your nose in somebody else's business. Well, you need to take some tissue and clean your nose out. Keep your nose in your own businesses. Okay? And that's all I got to say about it. And my thing is, leave Nicki's name out of your mouth. If you got a lawsuit, let that be that. If you're not giving us no updates, leave it alone. Leave it well enough alone. Okay? So that's it for you. Nosy Hoe, I am sentencing you to mind your business. Well, you really ain't got none, so I see why you're in everybody else's. I mean, that ex-girlfriend, honey. Oh, child. I really wanna interview your ex-girlfriend because I really want to know, where did all this start from? You know, where did all this start from? And why do you hate black people so much? When you're so chocolate, honey, and you hate black people, and you say that. Absolutely. You want to come for me? You want to say, oh, I'm a scammer. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. Well, Sissy Pooh, guess what? You got your news because you bully, you bully, you bully. And I don't understand how many times I have to say this. It's going to come back to you. It's going to come back to you, sis. You thought that it was funny. And you know what? I'm not even a fan of anything of like this, but I'm just like when she said them folks was calling her phone and doing this and doing that, I said, look at God. Won't he do it? Won't he do it? He said the same things that'll make you laugh will be the same things that'll make you cry. And guess what? When she was on her apology tour and her sympathy tour, guess what? When that all kind of died down, she jumps right back into the mess. She dives right head first right back in. She didn't have enough Apparently, those phone calls and things like that didn't scare her enough. But you still popping your gums. You still want to get loud with somebody. And then she says, "Oh, I took my 88 ADHD medicine." Why are you sitting up on here? Why are you sitting up here clowning and adding medical practices in it? So just because you took your ADHD medicine, that keeps you safe from backlash? Hey, Sonia. No, it does not keep you safe from the backlash. No. Whether you have ADHD, PTSD, ADD, and so on and so forth. Mental health is not nothing to play with. It's not nothing to just sit and giggle about. Because while you're over there talking about, oh, I took my ADHD pills, um, you know, like now you're weaponizing your disability to get away with these nefarious acts that you're putting on in front of all of us. That's a problem. That's definitely a problem. Okay. So now we're going to move on over to Jason Lee. And y'all already know this Jason Lee from Hollywood Unlocked and Armon Wiggins and their beef. And their beef. And guess who wants a piece of it? Nosy Hoe. Oh, yeah, she's ready to jump in head first. Oh, she's ready. But yeah, she wants to jump in Jason Lee and Armand's beef. Now, let me say this. I don't know Jason Lee. Watched his content off and on. Really didn't get anything from it. I mean, it was cool, but it just, Armand is more entertaining to me. And a lot of people are trying to put Armand down and take him low, right? That's what they want to do. So now that we move on and come to a realization that Jason Lee and Shirelle's world are cool. Well, some of you all might say, well, what a coinky dink. Well, yeah, that's the same thing I said. What a coinky dink. When it's, the Cardi B, the Nicki Minaj, and you already know how this situation is going. Of course, Nicki Minaj is suing Nosy Hoe, right? Well, I know that Jason Lee felt the way about Nicki Minaj as well. And then he tries to throw Cardi B under the bus. So, long story short, Jason Lee was supposed to have been Armon Wiggins' mentor. And everything was all good. Everything was all good until Armon noticed, you know, this dude is trying to sun me, or this dude is trying to play me. You know, he's trying to treat me like I'm just the help. When Armon had his own platform, gives great commentary, knows how to reel you in, and can deliver the content. And then all the other bells and whistles are just, extra amenities that comes along with the show. So, he's doing his own thing. And apparently, Hollywood Unlocked has been sending these shots. And I was asking myself, because I would see these little rants and I'm like, well, damn, who is he talking about? So, long story short, Armand had come out very strategically. He stated what he needed to state. He said, listen here, guys, there's been some things going on behind the scenes, and I want to give you my receipts. So when you guys are asking me, well, why Armand, why are you acting like this, or why is this, or why is that? He says, well, give me a second and I'll explain. And speaking of giving me a second and we'll explain, give us a minute and we'll be right back. Hello and welcome. Thank you all for coming by. I really appreciate you. Oh, absolutely. Please like, share, and subscribe. The Goddess Tulsa Show. Welcome. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now is the time to go ahead and get ready for the show. We have some great news for you. Okay? We're going to have a great time. So I really, really, really appreciate you and your dedication to showing up. Gratitude. Don't be afraid to hit that cash app. And don't forget to smash that like button. Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down, get you a beverage, prop your feet up or down. Absolutely, you got a 2-for-1. Okay, I hope you guys are loving the content. Please like, share, and subscribe. Tell a friend and tell a friend. If there's anybody in the headlines that I'm talking about, you know them, send them to live and say, hey, Queen Tulsa says that she has a lot to say tonight. Okay, and thank you guys for the likes. I really appreciate them. Okay, so back to the hot tea. Okay, so of course there's this whole situation. Jason Lee is pretty much jealous of Armon and or stealing his ideas, stealing his style. And this is what Armand says. So I can't take his feelings away. And I feel like when Armand said that, nobody should really take anything away from what he said and how he felt. Because how he felt is how he felt. He's the one that was in those shoes. He was the one that was communicating with this person. He was the one that was affected. He was the one that was bothered by the animosity. And he's just saying like, hey, I thought we were cool. What's up? Why are you doing this to me? And even when it had come to the dog, Armand said that he got a dog. He posted it. The next day, Jason Lee was on a red carpet and posted with a dog and said, oh, somebody gave me a dog while I was on the red carpet. Come on, people. If you guys don't know anything about Hollywood, honey, they come with the tricks, the shenanigans, and all of the above. They say, oh, Hollywood is pretty much, it's competition out there. Do you know how many people want to be covered on a news story? Do you know how many people want to be featured in a newspaper article, a magazine? People crave that fame. People crave that attention. But the problem that I have with Jason Lee is if you weren't going to honestly help Armand, then you should have just bagged up. Why even waste that man's time like that? Thank you for those opportunities. But everybody has a breaking point. Everybody has a breaking point. And I feel like Armon Wiggins had his breaking point. And I can relate. I can relate. You can try to be quiet on so many things, but you have to come out and say, hey, This ain't it. The story that they're painting is not true. This is the truth. I did that. I've done that. I've come, listen here, I've come out and I've shared things with you guys, and you all have seen how these people took my attack and started saying that, oh, I was lying. Oh, I'm this. Oh, I'm that. So eventually I had to say, you know what? Let me come and let me really give these people the tea. So I understand where it was coming from. I understand his frustrations. I understand he wanted to clear up a narrative. I get it. You want to know why? Because I've been in that situation before. So, with that being said, I say that Jason Lee does not need to mentor anybody without supervision. All right. So, okay. So now we are going to move on over to Diana. Yes, honey. We're going to move on over. Well, actually, yeah, we're going to move on over to Diana. Okay. Because Diana is suing a YouTuber lord. Okay. Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star Diana Jenkins plan to sue problematic YouTuber Trina Shirelle Lloyd, aka Shirelle's World, and other bloggers. The blogger went on a month-long tirade on her YouTube channel, making numerous false and defamatory statements about the Room 23 author. Okay. And shout out to All About the Tea because she definitely did cover this article. Okay. The false claims include labeling Jenkins as a ex trafficker, a prostitute, a madam, and repeatedly referring to the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star as the main O in charge, a Beverly Hills imp, and claims her book Room 23 was a book of Jenkins, Johns, and prostitutes. Okay. On August 31st, the entrepreneur's powerhouse legal team fired off 8 cease and desist letters to multiple bloggers that continue to perpetuate nasty lies about Jenkins. Jenkins' attorney is J. Eric Connolly, a partner with Chicago law firm Business Friedlander, Copeland, and Aronoff LLP, a high-profile defamation lawyer who represented a beef producer in the $6 billion pink slime defamation case against ABC News. He is currently representing a voting technology company in multi-billion-dollar defamation lawsuits against Fox News and others over their reporting of the 2020 presidential election. Okay. All About the Tea has obtained Trina Shirelle Lloyd's cease and desist letter drafted by attorney J. Eric Connolly, who makes Jenkins' demands crystal clear. Stop the false statements, correct the record, and apologize. Okay. Shirelle World purports herself to be truthful, honest, and a Bravo insider with exclusive sources. However, Jenkins' scathing C&D affirmatively states that Trina Shirelle Lloyd is not credible. All right. The attorney's right. You have put yourself in a precarious and potentially ruinous position. Perhaps you believe that a get out of jail card exists because because you run a banner through your show. Everything in this video is alleged, sick, in our opinion. And therefore, you can persuade a court or jury that your statements about Ms. Jenkins are pure opinion. This is not going to happen. As a initial matter, you have repeatedly made these above described statements over multiple months, creating the obvious in inference that these are facts and not opinions. In addition, you have held yourself out as someone that your audience can should rely on upon for uncovering facts. You would have no audience if you acknowledge that everything you say is pure. Hateful. Hold on, let's take this back. You would have no audience if you acknowledge that everything you say. You have branded yourself as someone your audience can trust for facts, and you have used that brand for purposes of self promotion and enrichment. These facts alone foreclose the pure opinion defense. Oh, they add. Further, you have eliminated the pure opinion defense by telling your audience that your statements about Ms. Jenkins are based on facts. For example, during the June 17th, 2022 YouTube video, Ms. Lloyd stated, "No, I'm not dragging her. I'm telling the truth. And I'm not sure why you're laughing in the pickable because I'm telling the honest truth." Similarly, Ms. Lloyd stated during the July 6th and July 7th, 2022 YouTube videos that Ms. Jenkins needs to be held accountable for the things that she has done and needs to be held accountable respectively. Similarly, during her June 24th, June 28th, June 30th, July 1st, July 22nd, and August 22nd, 2022 YouTube videos. Ms. Lloyd repeatedly stated that Ms. Jenkins was getting away with it and is never going to pay for the above described conduct and or needs to be in prison for the above described conduct. Additionally, many of the videos have titles that are plainly stated as purported facts as such as Diana, Real Housewives of Beverly Hills outed sick for being a madam. Ex-prostitute Diana Jenkins and ex-madam Diana Jenkins. In addition to Trina Sharrell Lloyd, the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills star is fiercely going after Jezebel and a social media personality known as NT Lawyer, aka Crazy Days Nights. NT has implied Jenkins has deep ties to the late Jeffrey Epstein, who was accused of sex trafficking by multiple women. Diana believes this all stems from something infamous she wrote in 2009, Room 23, featuring raunchy pics of models and celebs. Diana Jenkins has denied outright any involvement with Jeffrey Epstein and or sex trafficking and prostitution. Speaking of Jezebel, the C&D sent to them is quite forceful as well. Referencing 2012 and 2022 articles, Diana team says, beyond the obvious legal issues, what you have done to Ms. Jenkins is simply wrong. She is a mother, philanthropist, and entrepreneur. Her philanthropic endeavors are well known and have generated millions of dollars in assistance for victims of human rights violations, natural disasters, wars, and health epidemics. To characterize Ms. Jenkins as a prostitute or and criminal is not just factually inaccurate, but sexist. The legal document goes on to speak on Jenkins' character beyond the obvious legal issues. What you have done to Ms. Jenkins is simply wrong. She is a mother. Okay, so we got that on out there. Okay, no, we didn't. The legal document goes on to speak on Jenkins' character beyond the obvious legal issues. What you have done to Ms. Jenkins is simply wrong. She is a mother, philanthropist, and entrepreneur. Her philanthropic endeavors are well known and have generated millions of dollars to assist in assistance for victims of human rights violations, natural disasters, wars, and health epidemics. To characterize Ms. Jenkins as a prostitute, madam, ex trafficker, child abuser, and criminal is not just factually inaccurate, but ethically wrong. This is not entertainment. This is someone's life and reputation. Your YouTube show may give you an audience in advertising and other revenue, but it does not give you a license to defame and disparage Miss Jenkins. There are real world consequences to your actions. Honey, what y'all think about that? Honey, did the attorney dig up in there? Did the attorney dig up in there? Honey, after all that reading, girl, I need me a break. Because guess what? It ain't the white man's game. It ain't the black man's game. It's what?
Anything he
The
wants
money
with you,
game.
ain't nothing you can do
The
about
money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
it. Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my
If I
cabin.
crumble, my children crumble, my grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
better learn. You best learn or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.
Absolutely. Okay, absolutely. So listen, so that's Diana. And now we are about to jump on over to Sharrell and Perry. Okay, mainly Sharrell because she's the one, this is her channel. She's informing the audience, she's letting the people know, like, hey, this is, this is this is that, this is, this is what's up. This is what she put out. She said that the woman was an old, she said she was an aunt too, all these things, right? And let's just say that Sharrell has actually sued a YouTuber. Actually, she sued the Amber's channel, and they are actually cool again. Can y'all believe that? I mean, girl, if you didn't took my coins, girl, I ain't got nothing to say to you. Okay. But yeah, Sharrell has sued YouTubers, a YouTuber, Amber, and Chad, I guess she won on that. But I want to say this about Sharrell. Sharrell is she's I want to say she's a very shady woman, and she does giggle at stuff that doesn't need to be giggled at. Um her surrounding herself with individuals that have a bad reputation, and it's really not a good look, because when I look at her, I look at a mature woman, and I'm looking at her like Wendy, like, girl, you're old enough to be my grandmother, but like, girl, I'm let's get into the let's just get into the tea, but stop lying. Y'all want to talk about Tasha K lying, but girl, y'all out here lying. Y'all covering all these stories, but y'all are lying. And Shirelle, I have to say this. You got into it with my mentor, Monica, at All About the Tea. And yes, I feel a way about it. But my thing is, Monica has never told me, oh, Queen Tulsa, don't go and don't follow nobody, or don't go to this person, or bring me back information. Me and Monica, we don't rock like that. We don't rock like that. This is not something that she taught me to do. What she taught me to do was be true to my craft. Be true to my craft. And don't let the naysayers try to bring me down. But one thing I can say is I can depend on Monica's tea because it's piping hot. Really, we need Monica back on these YouTube streets. Sharrell and Monica, they had their differences back in the day. Oh, yeah. And I kind of can see, Sharrell you know, like what I don't understand is like Shirelle, you got 300 some odd thousand subscribers. Why are you going and taking from the needy? Hmm? These stories, I feel like, girl, you should just stay to your Real Housewives of Beverly Hills and all those shows and let the other stuff go. Now you're gonna mess up more deals. I mean, really, who's gonna want to do deals with somebody that has a pending lawsuit? You are a liability. You are not an asset. In my opinion, that is a liability. That's not an asset. And this is so interesting. You have all these the mature people, and they sitting up acting like children. I mean, they are out here acting like teeny boppers, trying to catch up on the years that they lost. And my message to them is, girl, they're gone. The years are gone. You're not going to get them back. They're gone. So long. Sometimes you just have to pick up and move on. That's what sometimes you have to do. But sis, you are aligning yourself with Nosy Hoe, and y'all know Nosy Hoe do that stuff. I don't know if she got a root on Shirelle or not, but girl, the way Shirelle is popping and locking for her, honey, she said, "Oh, Nosy, my girl. It's okay, Nosy. It's okay, Nosy." I said, "All right then, girlfriend. It's all right. It's okay." How this is, I don't know, y'all. I'm having a hard time understanding this. How do you sit up here and you want to point out everybody else's flaws, Shirelle, but you have some? Hey, salsa, but how are you calling out everybody else's flaws, Shirelle, and you have them? You are very unfair. In my opinion, you are very unfair. You are very shady. All y'all, everybody that you got over there hanging out at your spot, y'all done all got into it with each other. Now I can see why what's her name? Diva don't really do that, because Diva has class. Diva is not about the show out, She's not about to show out. She's not about to get down there in the gutter. Now, Shirelle, you're from Detroit. You're from Detroit, sis. With your Timberland boots. Girl, I know how you give it up. You just ain't got on the Timberlands because you down there in Las Vegas and it's hot. Mm-hmm. Now that's the hot tea. And let's talk about it. Because you know what? I've been on Sharrell's channel a few times. And my thing is, Nosy needs to be locked up. Nicki Minaj, go ahead and garnish her like Cardi's garnishing Tasha. They want to be the Tasha K so bad. It's so sad, y'all. It's like Tasha K did that. That was her run. That was her moment. That was her spotlight. See, God had that for her. It's not your gift. It's not your gift. Oh my God, Tasha K is in the news. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, this. You can have some hot salsa. Okay. But listen here, let's get into the hot tea. Monica from All About the Tea was an inspiration to a lot of these people up on here. When it came to giving the Real Housewives tea, I love the way that she gave it. I love the fact of the panel, and we could sound off. I was the news girl over at All About the Tea. Y'all remember that, right? Have I ever switched up on her? Y'all ain't never saw no videos of me going up against her. You want to know why? Because I'm real. I'm real. What Jennifer Lopez say? I'm real. The way you walk, the way you talk, the way I'm real. Way you, am, I'm real. Okay. Period. And that's what it is. That's what it is. Danny Robertson is Nosy Hoe. Oh, child. You know what? You know what? I did hear that Nosy Hoe did have some backdoor channels. And she got well, she's not even really supposed to be on YouTube. She's not even supposed to be on here. So if they do take her page down, girl, so long. So long, okay? But you know what? My thing is, girl, get your bag how you get it, but girl, stop talking about people and stop telling lies. Stop telling lies. Miss Shirelle, Miss Diana is after you. I don't know if she's going to be giving dirty Diana when it comes to court, but girl, you better get ready. Get ready, honey, because she's going to be on you like this dress is on me, child. Let me let y'all see. Honey, let me listen. That lady going to be on you like this dress is on me, honey. Ooh. Whew. Whew. It's like I'm in a bandage. Honey, she going to be looking, okay? Oh, look at that. Oh my God, I got the fat bag. And girl, get into this dress, honey. This is how she gonna be up on you, honey. She gonna be tied up on that thing, honey. And she's gonna be tied up on you, honey. She says, "Oh, you wanna call me a oh? You didn't call that woman a oh, and girl, you can't do that. You can't do that. Mm-mm. You know what? I believe it because you know what? It's given. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, girl. What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas, girl. Okay. Isn't that the saying of Las Vegas? What happens in Vegas stays in Vegas? Oh wow. Is that what she wants to do? Oh wow. Wow. Oh wow. I could see that. In my opinion. In my opinion, honey. We gotta say in our opinion, honey. You all see my banner. Girl, you know what? I really feel like honey, oh, I don't know, child. I don't know. But that's what's got me right there. Danny Robinson is nosy child. And Shirelle, this is my thing. Shirelle has children. And this woman has talked about children up and down and round and round. I mean, just scrub the ground with it. Just scrub the ground with it. And I'm just like, why? Why, y'all? Does anybody know why? I want to know. Do y'all know why? Oh, do y'all do y'all want to know why? Okay, y'all. Here, let me go ahead and let me go ahead and give y'all my number so y'all can call in. I'm about to open up the line so you guys can call in. I'm about to post the number, so get ready. Hey Melody, how are you, my love? Melody, do you watch Sharrell's World? And if so, let me know what you think about Sharrell's World, y'all. Here, let me go ahead and put up this. We about to give y'all a call in number. Call in to the show. Okay. Let me post my number. Y'all can call me, y'all can text me, y'all can do all that stuff. Okay. This is my number. Okay. My number is 725-888-1644. Okay. Let me go ahead and space this out a little bit so y'all don't get confused. I'd be like, space the letters out, space the numbers. Okay. So that's our number. If you guys want to call in to the show, 725-888-1644. The phone lines are open. We are definitely ready to take some phone calls. If you guys want to call in, let's see. Yes, if you guys want to call in, definitely call right on in while we're taking calls. And you guys will probably say, well, okay, there we go. If you guys want to call in, definitely call in. Never heard of it. Oh, Sharrell's World. Okay, it's a channel, and she's just, honey, they say it's hot topics, but the people are saying it's hot lies, child. The people saying, oh my God, them hot lies, girl. Hot lies. Okay. Please like the video, share the video. Okay. Listen here, the girl is out here working, honey. The girl is okay. I'm thinking that maybe I should get on Station Head in a minute and actually do like a kickback, because it's like, yeah, that's here. Let me see. Let me schedule my show. Oh, what time is it? 10 o'clock. Let's see, Nosy. And Shirelle. Well, now they both in lawsuits. I mean, girl, they matching. Girl, they matching, child. Here, let me go ahead and actually let me go ahead and share this with you all. So let me share it with Twitter. Oh, I don't have a Twitter on here. I'll share it on Instagram. So if you guys are following me on Instagram, definitely hit the link. Okay, and actually I'm gonna drop the link before I take off. I want to give you guys at least a few seconds to, if you want to. This is only a suggestion, not a command. Monica, hey girl. How are ya? How's Thank you. I appreciate you, girl. How are you? Monica is definitely in the building, y'all. Let your people know. Let your people know Monica came over to visit her sister. Okay. Y'all better get into it. Listen here, y'all better get into it. Yeah, Monica, yeah, she's just a bomb. She's cool like that. And I would never speak down on her. I don't care who don't like it and all that. But it is what it is. Let me go ahead and drop this in the chat for you guys. Uh-oh. Okay, so give me 1 second. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat to the station head is what it is. So we're gonna go ahead and go on over to station head, and we're gonna get into the things, but not until we continue over here. So what do y'all thoughts? Do y'all think that Hold on, let's see. Hi, Yo Yo. How are you doing, my love? Thank you for coming. Melanie LeBlanc, I'm so sorry that you were attacked by people. I was just speedy recovery. Yes, we are actually going to invite Melody on actually here in the next few days so she can actually tell her story and really get it out there so you guys can be aware. You know, when you're out and about, please be aware of your surroundings, when you have your pets, even when you're just alone, even when you're coming in from work. I'm fabulous. Yes, it is. The one and only. Okay. The one and only. Okay. Period. You know? And that's another thing. Okay, cool. I'm okay. How are you? You know, I'm blessed and highly favored, and I'm here. I'm showing up despite whatever it is that I'm going through. You won't be able to tell because I have another chance at being great. Okay. Monica says, people think I've been defeated, but I assure you, on contrary, I'm still front and center. Please believe it. Okay. Please believe it. Mother is always here. And you guys should check out her blog. Actually, it's all about the tea. And here, let me go ahead and bring it up. Yeah, let's go ahead and do our due diligence, because we did read the article from All About the Tea. Let's see. hmm Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and we're going to take you here. So you guys can definitely go over and support my good girlfriend, Monica at All About the Tea. She still posts on her blog, allaboutthetea.com. Definitely, she's been seen on Wendy Williams. I mean, Wendy Williams was really definitely get into it. If you've ever noticed or Google up some videos that says with oh what happened? What did happen? Google up some videos with All About the Tea, or when no Wendy Williams, and when she says, uh, "Well, I heard from All About the Tea," or their private source, or a website. No, she said, "I got this from a website called All About the Tea." Okay. Oh yes. Oh yes. So this is yeah. Oh wow, that's a cute picture. See, I, I feel like Perry and that's when he knew that that they just really messed up. They've really just messed up. He like, he giving her that look like, girl, you really done messed up right there. Oh no, mama. He said, mama, mama. You know what? They be talking about Monique and Sydney. It's giving it's girl, they giving Monique and Sydney. Listen, they are giving listen, I just noticed this. They was talking about Monique and Sydney, her husband, but it's given Sharrell acts like Monique, and Perry, gives off that Sydney vibe. And we'll toast to that. Okay. Baby, two snaps and a pop. Okay, two snaps and a pop. Let's get into this. Y'all like that photo? I think it's cute. That's great, girl. You got to always keep your head up. I forget what anyone else is saying or doing. You say or doing. You do you. I sure will. And you do you, sister. We all got to, support and just do us. Let's see. She says, I'm going to check out All About the Tea. Yes, ma'am, girl. Go on over there, honey. Y'all missing out. Listen here. She's not gone. She's not gone. She posts, over at All About the Tea on the website. She posts all the time. It's content there right now, love. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. I appreciate the support. All About the Tea is about to rebrand. Yes. Monica is always, honey, she's always here. She know what's going on, child, but She's rebranding, and I'm so excited for her. I mean, it's great to know that she's rebranding, y'all. Listen here. And this is one thing I gotta say. Nobody brought that tea. How Monica brought that tea. Listen here. Nobody brought that tea how Monica brought that tea. Let's just keep it funky. You know, Shirelle, she does too much. It on her show. They all have the same view. I like to hear opposing views as well. And you know what? It seems like when you have an opposing view, because girl, my thing is I'm not gonna always give you what you're looking for, like being on your team. Hey, Evolution 101. I'm not gonna give you, what you want, or I don't have to side with you. I don't have to side with you. I'm going to give my unbiased opinion. If I disagree, I disagree. And it is what it is. The people, they have to understand. You don't have to get deep down in the gutter. You can still give that fabulous content. You can still give that fabulous content. You don't have to get down in the gutter. You don't have to scrounge. You don't have to scrounge for it anymore. And that's the problem with some people. They just get so nosy and so greedy that they forget the purpose of why they're here. Okay? They forget their purpose. It's a show. Oh. Okay. And that's just what it's given. So I guess today, okay, good. So we're live on Station Head. Okay, so yeah, we're live on Station Head too. Let's see. Yo-Yo says, but then she does, but then they all attack you when you disagree with them. Yo-Yo, I'm gonna drop the link in case you guys want to come up and sound off. I definitely want to hear your opinions, because this is my thing, guys. Help me understand. Can y'all help me understand what is going on here? What is going on here? Oh, wow. Gutter rats. Absolutely. Just makes you want to stamp on them. Makes you want to stomp. Yes. Gutter rats is what you call them. Little possums. Little possums. But you know what? This is my thing. Stay out of the gutter. Okay, hello, love. If you could just show your face in the back just so I know that you're a real person and I'm not gonna get P-bombed. Okay, good. All right. You can turn your camera off. All right. Hello, how are you, my love?
Hey, how are you? I'm sorry.
Oh no, you're fine. What's your name? Where are you calling from? And sound off.
I'm Katorbe. I'm calling from San Antonio, Texas. And I
Okay.
feel like Sharrell is wrong in this situation. She literally said when somebody from Bravo Entertainment said they were gonna sue her, we should talk it out and stuff like that. And now she's threatening to sue Wiley. That's what she said. I saw the video. I didn't get to see it all the way through, but she deleted it or something. I don't know where it went. So
Absolutely, I agree with you. And go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry to cut you off. And I just feel like what Wiley said wasn't defamatory. I've seen some of the screenshots and things of what she's done to other content creators. I know she's linked up with some degenerate content creators. It's just wild. And for her to always talk about black this, black that, black first, and I will not let you put me in a corner. It's just given she can dish it but can't take it. Hence the comments are off in her on her video about the Armon and Jason Lee situation. And I just feel like it, as content creators, you have to be, if you can dish it, you have to be willing to take it. Now, I don't believe in any type of disparaging talk or any type of talk where it's like harmful, but at the same time, people are going to be people, so just block them or delete them or have those words automatically send it to the trash, because YouTube knows how to take the trash out. That's just how I feel about it.
Right. And you made some very important points. I'll start with Wiley. Do you think that Shirelle is going after Wiley because she feels that he's somehow connected with All About the Tea?
Yes, I do, because she claimed in the video where she was like, Wiley lied. She said she didn't know who he was, but if you watch, I don't know if she edited it out. If you were watching yesterday where she did the video on Armon and Jason Lee, he was on the panel and she said she knew who he was. So it's like, you just lied.
Yeah. And see, my thing is when someone is shouting, "Oh, let's stick together," and planting seeds behind the scenes, it's disgusting because you're in my opinion you're catering to the mainstream media of what they want to see, and that's people like us tearing each other down, going in the gutter, and just saying malicious things because they think that when we do these things this is funny to people. But at the end of the day, what you fail to realize is that funny will land you into a courtroom where you're in front of a judge and you're pleading your case. What are your thoughts about Sharrell and All About the Tea?
I think she was wrong. She know what she did. The fact that Nosy Hoe can go to her panel anytime just proved that All About the Tea was accurate in her statement. It was disgusting.
I agree. We have Talking Faces on. How are you? Welcome to the show.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm
Hello.
well.
Hey.
Yes, me and Couture Babe up. What's your name? Where you calling from? And go ahead and sound off.
Okay. Houston, Texas. And my name is Yolanda.
Okay.
And I was watching Wiley, and he said that I didn't watch Shirelle's live. I've been to her channel before, but I don't like her. I just didn't like her content because to me, whenever I would watch her, I don't like a whole bunch of people that's on the same page. If I'm watching content, I want to see opposing views, hear opposing views as well. And it's okay if you want to talk directly to a person and then it's one by one, because I'm confident in myself that, in my opinion, that I can just go head to head with one person. But if it's everybody at one time, that's too problematic for me. And Wiley said that Jason Lee donated $500, and so she was defending Jason. This is what he said.
I saw that.
And but he
testified.
didn't say anything that would make this woman want to sue him. I mean,
But they showed the screenshot of the super chat as well.
see, so he's not lying. He's Jason did give her $500. So I don't understand why Shirelle is doing this. But you know what? That's what bullies do, though. That's how
So,
bullies conduct themselves.
so in your opinion, do you feel like not only is she a bully, do you think that she's narcissistic? Does she carry any of those traits?
I won't say she's narcissistic because I don't know her personally, but just from watching her, I don't know. They sound like a little coat over there to me, like a little coat.
I don't know
And
if it's narcissism. I would think it's more of manipulation or something.
yes,
Very
that's it.
cult like.
That's it right there. Manipulation. You hit it right on the head. That's exactly what it is. And it's not only they favors that they have come up there. And I'm not saying that it's a problem with that because that's not a problem. But it's like they all from the same little drum beat. And so the manipulation is not just from her, it's from all of them. And I just don't like that. One thing about Wiley, and Wiley can be trolling a whole lot of times or whatever, because I disagree with a lot of things that Wiley says. But the reason I like Wiley is because Wiley, even if you disagree with him, he gives you the option to say your
Refute
opinion.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and he's not gonna hang up on you and stuff like that. And he's not gonna it's not his platform, it's not like that where he brings a whole bunch of people up. But if he did, I don't think that he would conduct himself like that. So I like Wiley, even though I think he trolls a lot.
In that regard, I respect Wiley for his commentary because Wiley knows how to get a conversation started. He knows how to keep the audience attention. He knows those words that are going to, oh, well, I disagree. And now I want you to say so he knows how to troll. But if like people that watch him, they watch all of our channels. If you ever look to see, who where you're wants to admit or not that she genuinely felt that way or not, I feel like give him a chance. Just like you were saying, why are we doing this? I want you to take your advice right now. That's what I would say to her. I'm gonna read a few comments and then I'm gonna let you guys let me know what you would say in this situation. How would you ladies handle this situation? We have Yo-Yo that says, you can give your opinion and give your thoughts about a situation, but when it sounds like you're pushing a narrative, so then that's a problem for me. I like to hear opposing opinions and thoughts. And then Ebony says, it's not cool when people threaten with lawsuits. Stormy from Love and Marriage Huntsville said, just yesterday that she'll pull a Cardi B for bloggers who talk negative about her. She also says some people do not process very well when folks disagree with them. Just remind yourself that you can agree to disagree. And then she also says, I don't like bullying and manipulation at all. So I'm Team Armon Wiggins, which makes me Teams Wiley. And then she also says, follow me on Spreaker. Ladies, how would you have handled this situation, you know, with the Shirelle? Okay, let's just say you're Wiley. How
Mhm.
would you handle this situation?
I would have did exactly what he did to her today because I saw that video and I couldn't see it anymore. I feel like Stormy from Love and Marriage Huntsville, trash. I will never buy any of her products because they always like to diminish us as just bloggers and they'll sue us, but yet they're tuned in. They may have the blue checks and all that, but they don't know how to capture the audience's attention. They can't do this night after night, day after day. They can't take the critiques and the praises. They can't take the dragging. And this is why they'll always be weak. And I said, some people need to understand what their lane is and then stay in it. Some of us can branch out and do other things and multiply what we have. They cannot. These reality girls, these celebrities, these singers and stuff like that. We really saw who the girls were who can get to the bag and multiply it, and those who who are living beyond their means, all those who are living beyond their means ran to YouTube during the pandemic. And I'm not talking about the girls who was on here before that. I'm talking about the ones in the midst of the pandemic when they realized this is a real thing. So I don't like that. And I don't like being threatened with a lawsuit because it's like, you're threatening us? Like, now I'm gonna go harder. And this is why I still support Tasha K, because I said if we rally behind the op, which is Cardi B, it will
Right.
cause a trickle down effect. And people did not want to hear me. They did not understand. And I said these celebrities are crybabies. They love us when we're bowing at their feet, pretty much saying, "Oh my God, I like this, I like this," and then they can't stand us when we're like, "I don't like that," you know. I don't know why they would read disparaging things or watch something disparaging about them anyways. That just goes to show the ego they have. And that's just my personal opinion.
I agree with what she said when Tasha was going through her thing in the beginning stages with Cardi B. Um I was on different platforms and I'm not a YouTuber, but I was telling people that y'all need to look at the bigger picture. Some people, when it's a situation going on, they see things from the surface. They don't look at the bigger picture. The bigger picture, what was going on between Cardi B and Tasha K, was something that was gonna affect all YouTubers. And I knew that was going to be the beginning. And so now, if you really look at it, I mean, that's like the new verbiage that people are using. Like, if they don't like something you say, they're like, okay, well, I'll just sue you, send cease and desist. And I think Wiley, I would have done the same way. I think it was important for him to let Shirelle know that I'm not afraid of you. So what, you're gonna sue me? Okay, I'm ready for it. Bring it. Put up or shut up. I think he did the right thing, but I think there's a difference between YouTubers that are doing this because they want to do it and it's something that's in them that drives them to do this, than the YouTubers that are doing this for money. So I think it's a difference in, the two YouTubers. I think there's two fashions of YouTube. One YouTuber section, they do it because I think this is really what they like and they have a passion for it. And then some YouTubers do it for money. Like Armon, I'm not a big Armon fan because I did start off watching him, and I don't think he likes black women very much. I mean, I think he's talented and he could be very funny. But I stopped watching him for a while because I think he was just like being negative on black women. And I noticed that a black woman can do something and then another, non-black woman could do something, and he would praise this woman, but then he would drag this other woman. And
Isn't that what society do, sis?
is there what now?
Isn't that what society teaches us to do? I mean, even with the music and stuff. I mean, black women are so degraded and at the bottom of the totem pole. So I totally disagree when people are making that type of content. Like, you are doing a disservice
I,
to us as women, as your mother, as your grandmother, and those women that came before them. So I agree with you
right.
on that.
And I just, it just blows me away, the amount of black women that I hear and see that they don't support other black women. Like, they will trash a black woman over a non-black woman, or even a biracial woman. I don't want to get too far in it because I'm not a person that's racist or anything, but I call things the way I see it. And some of these biracial women I hear, I think they like to gaslight black women. And they want to
Agreed.
they want to blame everything on darker skinned black people. Oh, you made me feel this kind of way. You did this, you did that. When really it was your mama and your daddy that did that to you. You should be mad at your mama and daddy for not exposing you to one side of your heritage. You know what I'm saying? Instead of instead of blaming Black women for this feeling that which I totally don't believe. I think that's a new thing that biracial people do too. They just want to come up and they kind of want to be like the white woman a little bit. And that's another reason why I think they're Karens, because the way they act. But anyway, I don't want to get on a tangent.
Listen, we gonna get everywhere where you want to get. We getting all in the creases, crevices, and all that good stuff. And as a matter of fact, this is gonna be an after dark. So give us one moment. We're about to go on a quick commercial break, and we will be right back.
Hello and welcome. Thank you for tuning in to Goddess Tulsa After Dark. This is where you let your hair down, get you a beverage, prop your feet up or down. Now it's time to hit the like. Are you subscribed? Don't forget to hit that Cash App, because it's After Dark with the Goddess.
Oh, that was sexy.
Yeah, what? That was pretty cool.
So listen, back to the conversation. Listen, I know we started off with one topic. However, we are going to cover as much as we can. We're going to touch each subject as much as we can. This is a safe space, and this is where you give your opinion. You be comfortable, you in bed, stretch out. But we're about to get into some conversations. I want to start off with how Shirelle does her content. And when you said, some, like, just
I
the way
feel
that,
like she's a Karen. I do. I think she took the Karen approach because if anybody got to if you were able to catch her with that crack of dawn live, I think she left it up for like a couple hours and then maybe put in her members or something. She literally was like, Wiley lied. And I'm like, what did he lie about? Like, I'm so confused. Like, she never explained the lie. And then she said she didn't know him. It was very Karen-like behavior. And I know some of the content that she deals with is very whitewashed. So as far as shows and things like that, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't like when content creators threaten to sue other content creators, especially when they're in and out of the legal process themselves.
And I agree with you. Her show is very whitish to me. You said whitewash, I'll say whitish to me. And one thing I'm kind of confused about is, to my understanding, I could have swore, I don't remember everything, but I could have swore that I heard Wiley say on his live that she invited him.
She did.
So that means she does know him then. She knows
said
who
his
Wiley
name
is.
and everything. So I think it was more so that
just like, hey, Wiley, let's make room for Wiley to come up.
She did. And then I don't know if she edited that out, because as content creators we can do that. We can edit it to where we want people to see stuff. I don't know. It's very, and I don't even like to call people Karens unless they Karen. But Karen-like behavior, and now I understand it's just like it, and I said it tonight. Not everybody's going to agree. We live in America. We say we're for democracy. And the moment somebody says something that doesn't align with everybody else, it's an issue. Like, I didn't have an issue with her commentary on Jason and Armon. That didn't bother me. I didn't see why people was up in arms, right? But I also feel like as content creators, we have to understand, like, when people are praising us, there's going to be people critiquing us, and the critiques hurt. Like, I've been called out my name. I've been dragged. You just got to take it on the chin or fight back. Like, I don't understand why, not even why, what made her think at her big age that it was okay to threaten the legal system that's been threatened on her by somebody who's privileged. I just don't. I can't grasp that.
let's speak about the lawsuit that she was in with the YouTuber, and I believe she won that judgment. But this is my thing. If we look at the climate, really, you want, all right, we got a call in. Hi, how are you? Thank you for calling the Goddess Queen Tulsa show. Who do we have on the line?
Hey, Queen Tulsa, this is Lisa. I was just watching your commentary and I wanted to call in and comment.
Oh, hi, Lisa. Thank you for calling in. Where are you calling from? And go ahead and sound off.
Calling from Texas, and I agree with what you. I think, and I don't want to insult her, but I do think that Shirelle has a comprehension issue. I don't think that everyone was so upset because of what she necessarily said, but it was, you say one thing and you do something different. So I don't know if you saw Tulsa, but just like right before she had the video early this morning or late last night where she was saying she was going to sue Wiley, some hours before that, she was on Nosey's platform, and she was, and I hate when us as Black people, when we use the race card. You know, Kanye does that. But she threw out the race card and said, as Black people, you know, Armon did this wrong. We shouldn't be fighting. We shouldn't be suing each other. Don't go for the lawsuit. Talk it out. And it's like, lady, let's be consistency here. Take your own advice. And if you're going to, and I don't agree with some of the things that, you know, Nosy said with the Nicki Minaj thing, but it's like, how can you support and stand by Nosy?
Right.
And on the other side, take Armon, who was showing that, hey, this has been over time. I think Armon said the whole thing, he noticed this behavior with Jason in 2021. And if anyone wants to know, someone had mentioned Sharrell getting into it with All About the Tea.
Yeah.
I went on YouTube and found the video. And if someone's creative, I wish someone could show a comparison of when Armon responded to his beef and do a side-by-side showing Sharrell responding.
Oh.
It's like showing the inconsistency. Like Armon, the way he I mean, if you guys go on YouTube and look at this video, it's like Sharrell, we're talking about apples and oranges. I don't think anybody totally disagrees. Like, you know, be careful how you handle situations because it could affect your future. But what she experienced with Monica and her behavior, it was so out of character. She was the F-bomb. Somebody said, suck my D. They were saying that. She was jumping all up in the camera. I couldn't even believe it.
Like a gutter snipe. Like a gutter snipe, right?
Yeah. I couldn't believe it was her. When I looked at Armon's video, all I was hearing was bombs and receipts.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and so I just don't. And then it's like, you know, I watch you guys. You got content providers. I know it's a hard job. You're human, but it's like, if you're gonna give advice, then you need to take your own advice. Your husband sits on that show. He calls women hoes. I'm sorry if I can't curse. Call women the H word. He talks down to women at times. He calls them names. And he says this about Black women and whatever, different races of women. So it's like, miss me with the whole, like, as Black people, we should act like this. When you just said something different less than 8 hours ago. It's consistency for me. And she gives out misinformation in the first place. So,
I agree with what you're saying, but another part of it, I think part of the reason that people were kind of upset with Sharrell too is because this is kind of how I felt. If I'm watching your content, okay, and if you are biased on a particular person, then I think it's only fair that you state that up front, that you are biased. so a person can know what they're getting. Because if he has sent you $500 and you're praising him to the high heavens, then that's a reason why you're praising him.
But I didn't see her praise him in that first 20 minutes. It was like towards the
the end.
Yeah, where it was getting spicy, you know what I'm saying? Because she did tell Jason he was wrong in the beginning. That's how she started it off. Jason,
But
you're
when
wrong.
did he donate the money though? At what point in the show?
Okay, so Lisa
I
had a
think it's a previous show. I don't think it was the
Okay.
yesterday's show. Yeah.
Lisa, what was your question?
So did you see what, like, some people are saying that she was on both sides, and she even said during her commentary, I'm leaning more towards Jason. And when she said that, I was like, well, I knew that because when I clicked on the video, the name of the video is I Ruined My Career.
Yeah.
How dare you say somebody ruined their career? What God has for you is what he has for you.
Okay.
And you know what? I can tell you, Tosa, how to handle a situation. And it's a 50-50 chance I'm right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a 50-50 chance I'm wrong. The thing
I think she did it for a click and a view, though.
What was that?
I think, and I'm sorry to interrupt you. I really do apologize. I think she did it for a click and a view because she understands how us YouTubers felt, content creators felt when Jason threw them slugs and then was like, all you do is YouTube or something like that in his little, when he was not directing it at Armon, but we knew it was about Armon. I think she chose to troll and then it backfired. I mean, I don't know. I mean, and I don't age shame nobody. She understands the world very well.
And Jason, yeah, I think she likes influence. I noticed that with the housewives, she likes making connections with, the housewives and those kind of.
She does.
And I don't know if you guys notice this, but me, from being a viewer, I just feel like there's certain topics that she probably should just stay out of that lane because she's just not abreast with like hip hop and this whole the Jason Lee lane. She knows housewives, but
right, that's not her area.
But the problem is a lot of y'all don't understand. These shows only last for what, 60 days, 90 days, 120 days. Celebrity news and gossip is an everyday thing. So the girls think they can get in that lane, but when they get ate up, they start crying.
But she cries all the time. She's a very weak kind of like person.
But listen, I think you made a very important part, Lisa. You said she's a Bravo person, but what is Bravo's alleged reputation? I ain't going to say it, but Nene. No, but let's just say Nene, and then other situations with the other franchises with them saying such and such. My thing is Shirelle is trying to appease to the mainstream audience. And it's not the black man's game. It's not the white man's game. It's the money game. And on that note, y'all, I got to play this commercial just to remind the people.
Anything he want with you, ain't nothing you can do about it.
The money game. This ain't the black man's game. This ain't the white man's game. This is the money game.
Scratching and scrambling most of my days to get where I got.
Not sacrifice yourself. The best thing you can do for poor people is not be one of them.
Now, I eats in the big house kitchen. I got pine boards on the floor of my cabin.
I crumble. My children crumble. My grandchildren crumble.
And it don't take much coughing for the master to make me have a cup of corn whiskey for my medicine.
I cannot, for the sake of my integrity, stand up here and let everybody that's counting on me crumble so I can make a statement.
Now that is fine living for a nigga, and I'll be damned if any African Guinea man is gonna make me lose all I've been working for. Now you take my money.
There are ways to win the war in a different way.
Better learn. You best learn, or you're gonna get the bloody back for sure.
Come on, Roots.
Hello. But
you know what? A lot of people don't get that though. Like what you just played. I don't know if it's because they don't want to get that. I don't know if it's a age demographic or whatever. Because like when I watched Jason in his little tirade against Armon, he was talking about Armon. But from what I got out of that, not only was he talking about Armon, he was talking about Black women, Black YouTubers. It went far beyond Armand. But when I listen at people talk about it, they just, focused in on the Armand piece of it. But that interview, that rant that Jason did, that was about Black women and Black YouTubers.
Mhm.
Well, a lot of people don't understand that Jason does have a lot of power, and people try to make it seem like no, he doesn't. He's just this, he's just that. No, people fail to realize that Hazel E is that girl when it came to publishing, like a PR person. She like made a lot of people famous. She put Jason Lee on. Jason Lee moves like a shady person, and that's why he's been in the industry for so long. If y'all like literally look it up, he's been around when World Star was a thing. So he does things. You know how I consider him a fixer. You know what I'm saying? Like he fixes things for a price. That's the vibes I get from him. He's not a good person, but Armand knew that, right? He knew that going in because everybody with the channel, we saw how he was moving on Love and Hip Hop. We saw how he was moving with Make the Stallion, Cardi B, Ashanti, like all those things he would say, just nasty, right? And
Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea, the book,
Yeah,
the
Lisa said
interview,
Joe Budden.
Joe Budden, exactly. And then fast forward, Armand goes over there, and I said it, and I remember people were mad, and I said, he is a fool. What is he doing over there?
So I'm gonna come in for StreamYard.
Okay, come on in, Lisa. We're here.
Okay.
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 Because
So
Armand wanted something. He wanted
a blue
something.
check, but a blue check is not worth someone
Right.
blackmailing you.
You're
Do you
right.
have
And you know what? While everybody is supporting Armand over Jason, I totally get that. But we have to also look at Armand because Armand also showed us what kind of person he is. Because there's no way that I would have endured what he endured with Jason and let Jason talk to him the way he spoke to him for a blue check or anything. So that told me that Armand is all about what he can get from a person. And it showed me that I feel like he'll do anything to move
To
up in
get
the
to the top.
industry.
Yeah. And my thing was with Armand, it was really giving me what's love got to do with it. It was giving me those vibes because it's
not
like,
the real Tina Turner, not the
yes,
real story.
it was giving me that because now, she went through all that she went through and then she was able to tell her story. Like, sis, you've been through a lot. I mean, just to be at a party, just to meet Kanye, I mean, that was like, check on your, I would just want to say, Armand, go and check on your mental because that's a lot. And really, who's to be trusted in Hollywood? Let's talk
He
about
really he really exposed himself. To me, he exposed the Cardi B piece of it. Because to me, it's no way that I can look at Armand or Jason and feel like, okay, you guys were getting something out of singing Cardi B praises.
uh-huh.
Even if it wasn't money, it could be a lot of other things, connections or whatever. I mean, and people not even looking at it from that standpoint of it. But I think that exposed both of them. And if you a person watching a person's channel and they telling you that, oh, I'm unbiased and I'm fair, no, that's not what is given. That's not what is given.
Right. I agree.
I definitely agree with that because when he said I'm not and he listed all those people, I made a mental note of exactly who he named and when he listed the things that could happen. And I said, wow, so you was comfortable when it wasn't you, but now that it is you, I said, I don't know. And I think that's where Sharrell kind of won me because Armon, let's be very clear, he still wants to be in that industry.
Mm-hmm.
So he made himself look like a mark. Like we already know these celebrities want to take your phone. They want you to sign NDAs. You got to do all this stuff. Now we got to worry about you making mental notes, having, you know what I'm saying, to the
And your
point where you
key,
come back.
yeah,
Yeah.
and your notepad and stuff. And this is my thing. I wouldn't trust Armand going forward because you're sitting up here, you're gathering receipts. This is how I'm looking at it. You're gathering receipts, and then it only takes you to get fired up to go off. Now, I'm not saying him going off was not called for because it was called for at every part of what he said. And what really stuck out to me was the dog situation.
But Tulsa, don't you think this whole receipts thing has been like the common like playing ground when you're going against your enemy? Look at what Lotto did. I mean, Nikki didn't even know. Not that I'm a Nikki or I'm not doing those teams, but
Right.
Lotto recorded Nikki, and someone pointed out, she loved Nikki so much and she didn't have anything against her in the beginning. What made her even think to record her? I mean, I feel like you can't trust any. I feel like if you ain't known this person since grade school or something, like even me, I'm not a content provider, but I'm scared now to have a conversation about anyone to someone else that I'm not close to. They could be recording the conversation. They screenshotting my. I don't think you can trust anybody on the, especially on these YouTube streets.
Well, if you say something, you just have to be able to say it.
That's
Whatever
true.
I say
That's
to
true.
someone, I'm gonna make sure that I can say that to that person's face, and I'm gonna stand on my shit, no matter what it
But
is.
what if you were telling something? What if you were doing a business deal and you're giving just and it's nothing like where it's a fight or a battle and you and I are talking and you're giving me the hookup on something and you're like, yeah, so you can go to this person and this is what I'm paying them. And I record you and years later I could be like, yeah, she was lying. If I'm that gutter of a person, you know what I'm saying? I'm just saying I agree with what you're saying, like stand on what you say, but I'm just saying, like, this is getting out of hand where you can't, if you're in the YouTube or celebrity community, you can't trust people because they will take your information and spread it to the masses.
That's why you have
Exactly.
to
And
be
I think that's
careful
why
what you say.
Sharrell's World said he was career suicide. I mean, that's what it sounded like to me. Because if you think about it, I've been to celebrity parties. I
Mhm.
don't record anything because I know at the end of the day, you have to be able to keep some secrets and then unleash them when you see the silent dog, when you hear
Right.
the dog whistle, because that's what he been doing. He was comfortable when he was in there getting the tea and getting the exclusives.
Yeah.
And I just want to see how
They
Cardi's going
were
to move from
using
this
each
point.
other though. It was
It was
mutual.
definitely a user versus user, but
Yeah.
they went in with, well, in my opinion, Armand went to Jason with
Yes.
negative connotations, and Jason peeped it and used it in his favor because he could see it. I mean,
Yeah, I agree.
Well, I think Jason looks at everyone as what kind of opportunity can you give
Right, a
me? I
mark.
don't think Jason moves with anybody that can't do anything for him. And and Armand is just doing the same thing. I just think that's the business they're in. And that's just what it is.
All right. Now we have Sebastian's shade in the room. He has joined the panel. Welcome, Sebastian. Tell the people where you're calling from and go ahead and sound off.
I'm calling from New York. Um, I first want to say that the situation between Jason Lee and Armand, I lean towards Armand, but I still am kind of neutral on it. I don't believe in dogging people out publicly. I don't.
Yeah.
I don't stand with it. Even though I love Armand, even though I side with him on that situation, I don't agree with it at all. Even Jason shouldn't be doing it. No one.
Even though Jason dogged him out first.
Well, Jason said he
No, I
did.
am Team Armand on it.
No, I'm just when you said I don't believe in dogging people. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah, both of them. I don't agree with
Jason
them at
baited him
all.
though.
That's what I'm just saying. Even if someone baited you, because he called him a roach, and Jason is such a he's so manipulative. He
I
mentioned the pink panties, but then in his next show, he said, and when I said pink panties, I was talking about a girl. Oh, good one, Jason. That's a good one.
The
Good
thing
one.
is,
well,
listen,
I took from that was I know you hoes been conspiring behind my
Right,
back. I
right.
just needed to hear it,
Yes, I
and
was
now I
trying to
got
bring
proof.
you out. Yep. Yep.
I don't agree with dogging people out either side, Armand
hmm
or Jason. Yes, Jason could have been. Yes, Jason did initiate the thing, but if I was Armand, I would have used because Armand is very talented. I love him.
He is. Yeah.
Very talented. He has great potential in the future. I wouldn't stoop low to Jason's level.
But can I say something? I do think a lot of us are giving Jason way too much credit. In my opinion, no, I'm not in Hollywood. I've been around people that have in those circles and still in those circles, but I still don't have any kind of entrance into that. But I think we're giving Jason too much credit. The people that the levels that Jason are trying to get to, those people probably won't even find out about this Armand stuff. To me,
No,
Jason is
they
a
saw
big.
it. They saw it. It was
Yeah.
14,000 people in the chat.
Oh,
They
well,
Right.
it
saw
was
it.
trending on Twitter, so you're right. But I
It
think
was
like Jason is like a B-lister, and also you guys got to remember Jason already has it. What Armand did, what I don't think Sharrell realized, is confirmed the reputation that Jason already had. When Jason entered the homes of people like me, when I first saw him on TV and he threw a drink in a woman's face, even though I don't like that woman because she's a colorist, um, Jason had a bad taste. Jason dogged out Melissa Ford. Watch Melissa Ford's Drink Champ video.
Yes,
Um,
but Melissa Ford took years to say something.
All right,
She
no,
didn't
guys.
just fully do it.
right, but the point
Hey,
is that
ladies, one
it
second.
exists now.
Ladies, 1 second. We have a caller. Caller, what's your name? Where you're calling from? And go ahead and sound off. Welcome to the Goddess Queen Tulsa show.
Hi, my name is Terry, and I'm coming from Tennessee. Basically, I was just listening to the ladies, and I just wanted to call in and give my opinion on it, or my 2 cents. I think that right now, like what they're talking about is really what Sharrell was saying. Like, I didn't listen to her entire thing, but I listened to her up until like right after Wiley had called in. And when I listened to her, and from the beginning, I felt like that she was coming from a good place. Like if Armand is saying that he wants to move up in that world, I mean, like us in the public opinion, it was good commentary, whatever. But like you exposing somebody to things that happen, the conversations that you and that person had on a personal level, it doesn't look good if you're trying to move up. And I think that's what she was just trying to tell him, like from someone who's been in that celebrity world or whatever, that you might feel good about it. Everyone is cheering you on, but when you're trying to move up or you're trying to move around in the business,
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. Do you think that Sharrell picked up her phone or picked up her text message and started reaching out
Mm,
to Jason
mm,
everything that he said that
Wiley.
was problematic?
she said that Jason was wrong as well.
No,
She
I'm
didn't
saying
talk
like,
about like
okay,
things.
this is what I'm saying. Like anytime Jason picked up that phone and hit that record button and wanted to say, "Oh, you're hating on me. You know who you are." I want to know, did Sherelle pick up the phone and give him a call and chastise him? Do you think she did that?
I mean, I don't know. I don't even know if she did that to Armand. It was just like her giving her commentary on that at that moment. So from that
She
perspective,
said she leans towards Jason. She said she,
listen, I know why she leans towards Jason. She has a very great reason why she leans towards Jason.
okay. I know you're one of her subbies, so I'm listening, Sebastian.
The main reason
Okay,
why
hold
he
on
leans
1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Lovely, can you go ahead and hit the link on the screen? Because I think we can barely hear you, and I want you to be heard. I think you're
Oh, I
making
thought
bad.
that. Yeah, I could barely hear. I thought that was my phone or something.
Can I say what I was
Go
saying?
ahead.
Oh yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. The main reason why Shirelle, she's experienced what what happens when you do go low as well. That's why she's telling Armand not to. I'm Team Armand. I am Team Armand. But like she was saying how she relates to it and she has had issues with former, you
Can
know,
I ask you a
each
question,
other.
Sebastian?
Yeah.
My confusion and frustration with her is what she said. That could be true. 50-50. He could do it her way. He could continue to do it the way he did, the other night.
Yeah, he's
So
free to
I
do whatever he wants.
Right, right, right. I'm saying, like, I don't think that advice was wrong for me. I'm not saying this was everyone. For me, is that Sharrell is not consistent. She's a hypocrite. I
Right.
know that you watch. I just want to say this, Sebastian. I know you watched when that lawsuit came out with Nosy, and Sharrell invited Nosy on her show, and people, that one girl, I think she was Caribbean. I'm not sure. Or she was from, maybe she was from New York. And she was saying, the girl was calmly talking to Nosy, and she said, Nosy, I'm a mom. You talked about that. That Nosy cursed that girl out. Tell me what Sharrell jumped in. Sharrell, it was on her platform, and that was the day that I unsubscribed from Sharrell because
Sherelle is in it for the bag.
Thank
and
Okay.
you.
that's what I'm saying. I
I
need
don't
you to
think
be
so.
consistent. I need
She
and
you.
and let's think about it like this. You're talking about Sherelle is trying to give Armand advice, but Sherelle turns around and goes low and says she
Girl,
gonna
she
sue
said she
Wiley.
regrets that. She said, listen, the thing is first I want to address the nosy situation. That thing was just for us to hear Nosy out and comment to Nosy. Sharrell was just the moderator of that. She was not picking sides or anything. She is friends with Nosy. She does support Nosy in her situation, but she was not.
but if I'm going to use the black
But you
card
see
and
how that
say,
looked though? It looked
yeah,
very like I'm not gonna say anything.
hypocritical.
And then she
Hmm.
dropped
Right.
the girl down.
Yeah.
I agree.
And one thing about me, I don't like when you weaponize our race or your sexuality, or you come on here. Like, if you're going to use that black card, use it for good. So don't come
Right.
preaching to us about being black people, because it sounds kind of elitist the way she was saying it. And it's like, girl, there's a carbon copy. There's a video of you online acting a fool, and you have a person like whoever she wants to associate with Nosy, you have someone who curses out people, demeans like black people, demeans people in her community. Um
Not
and
somebody I want on my platform. Not
you
somebody you want
support
on your
her. So
platform.
I make it make sense to me. And I think the problem that Sharrell has, and I'm not trying to be too critical of her, but I think that she does not know how to communicate what she really is trying to say well. I noticed that she'll say something, and if Diva's on there, or if you get on there, um, or sometimes Perry,
They
and they'll
translate.
repeat it, and she'll go, yeah, that's it. But I'm telling you, the way Sharrell has come off with this, it's not about the advice she gave Armand. It's that I watched her 8 hours prior saying how we should act as black people, and that we shouldn't go doing lawsuits. And 8 hours later, she done put a lawsuit on Wiley. Of all people, Wiley.
And let's remember this too. We not gonna forget about this fact that Jason is a very devious
Mm,
person. So
I
for
know
y'all
that.
that's
That's why I'm
thinking
not on his
that
side.
there's not gonna be repercussions from Armand, I'm
yeah.
sorry to tell you,
Oh, I
Yeah,
but
they
believe it.
say he likes to blackmail.
yeah,
That's
He
why
it's
likes
I'm
gonna
not.
get ugly. It's gonna get ugly for Armand.
Can
I'm
I ask?
sorry.
But can I ask y'all all a question? Tell me. This is just about Jason that I don't like about him. He had all that mouth on what's that chat thing that people go on where they're just chatting or whatever. and he was going off. It was all on the internet. He went on the Breakfast Club. Karen Civil came out and said in his face, I don't know if y'all all know this, but she went and he didn't even know she was doing this behind the scenes. She went and got a 16-year-old to bring down his website. So I don't know if y'all remember a couple of years ago, his website was down, his Instagram was down. It went on for almost a week and a
Yeah,
half.
but was that proven though? Because he
Yes, Karen
said
Civil.
that.
Yes, Karen Civil got on. She got on like because it was that whack 100, whatever that guy's name. She got on and she said, and Jason said, "I know what you did," and she said, "Yeah, I did it." You know, Karen's from New York. She said she did it. 2 days later, Jason
Oh,
ends
she
up on
did say
Breakfast
that.
Club.
I do remember that now.
He,
Yeah.
yep, Jason ended up on Breakfast Club, and Charlamagne was like, "Look, I'm friends with both of you guys. I want healing energy." Jason was like, "No, I'm suing her," and I think Jason was pissed because she admitted it, y'all, in her face.
Because people don't know Karen Civil is that girl. Like her, Hazel.
Mm-hmm.
That's really
Sebastian.
why Jason Lee was mad, because Hazel E was like, you can't even compete. You wasn't even able to work at Media Takeout. That speaks volumes.
Hey, ladies, can one of y'all read the passage that's on the screen, please?
I can't see it.
I can't either.
Want me to
Most,
read it?
Yes,
oh, yeah, please.
Most recently this year, Lee aired out Karen Civil accusing the music executive of having his Hollywood Unlocked page shut down temporarily on Instagram after getting into a heated back and forth with Civil on Clubhouse. Lee threatened to file a lawsuit against her for taking down his socials.
He got what he
And
deserved because he's
but
done
see,
that to other people.
he
y'all should
sure
have heard
has.
his. You should have heard him. He was like, Charlamagne was like, "Please, Jason." He was like, "No, I don't care. This is my business. I have black people working for me. She's gonna have to pay for this. She's gonna see me in court. I already have my attorney." Now what's happened? And because I think Jason's not gonna do anything because you know that Karen has power. It still has power in this industry. But I do think he's gonna get Armon back.
Oh,
Yeah, I
he's
do.
most definitely gonna get Armand
Mhm.
back, and I think Karen gave him some money because
Yeah,
right after that
yeah,
situation, Jesse Wu popped up talking about Karen Civil
yes,
is such a mean woman,
yeah.
and we haven't seen her since.
No, she was on the Ricky Smiley show.
Like I said, we have not seen her
Now,
since.
And Jason is not talking about Karen Civil, a lawsuit anymore. So
He
something
sure is.
happened.
Yeah,
And you
you're
know what?
right.
I was watching Joe V Beauty and what's her name? Oh, Chelsea came on there. And I was listening where she said that when she worked for Jason, Jason would pay the white girls tolls and stuff, but he wouldn't do that for the black girls.
Why do we do that to each other?
yeah, that's a
Why do
problem.
black people support Jason? Jason has a history with black people. That's what I don't understand about black people.
Listen,
Jason has something. Jason wants to be the only black person in the room. He doesn't want to make room for the next. He wants to be the only one in the room.
and this is another thing. If you read the Willie Lynch letters, fear,
Mm,
envy, and distrust, those three words are to keep us divided, guys.
Right.
The thing is fear. Oh, I'm in fear that Couture is gonna pass me. Let me get off the panel or let me cover up her name.
yeah.
Envy.
Or we,
Envy.
yeah,
Hold
like
on. I'm gonna give y'all some definitions. Envy. Oh my God. Lisa done got that new Mercedes. Oh, she just think that she better than somebody. She just started that new show. I ain't going to support her. Okay. Sebastian. Oh, Sebastian. Oh, he think he just cool. He didn't went down. Yeah, he didn't reformed his life, but now, he got his business and he got that work truck and he just really cruising around here. I ain't about to go and ask if I can get a job and this man have my social security number. Distrust.
But
Yes.
but
The
you know
thing
what? I don't think jealousy is necessarily a problem. The
No, it's fear, envy, and distrust.
Yes, the
okay.
envious, when you're envious of
Hmm.
someone, that's the problem right there. That's the real problem. The
What's that
envious.
quote? Comparison is the killer of joy or something. You guys ever heard that? The Joy Killer or something like that? I have to Google it. It's
Yeah,
something like that. But
all that.
do y'all think that's just something in our
Yeah,
community?
a
Because
lot of
not
It,
I'm
it,
not
it,
trying to
it, it, it,
pivot.
it,
It's
it's
light
all
skin versus dark skin. I'm gonna call it for what it is. It's light skin
How
versus dark
do we
skin.
end that? I have
It's a global thing. It's not just
Look
a
at
black
Danny
thing.
Lee. Danny Lee got that song out light skin.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And look at her. Her dude was very attractive. You know what I'm
it's
saying?
called a slave mentality. That's what I call it.
Yes,
It's a
I think that's what
slave
it is.
mentality.
someone's
Because
It's something that's
if I could
embedded
just,
into
it
people.
is,
And
it is.
and if
Be-
your loved one has not instilled certain things in you, you have a slave mentality. So some people,
because
I don't
mhm.
I don't understand why, but they just, it's like they just have it.
Because do you notice like with Kanye? I don't know if y'all saw his last interview with Piers Morgan. He
Yeah.
apologized to the Jewish people.
No, he didn't. He said he apologized. He apologized for causing dysfunction.
Right,
But
because
who? What?
he was
But
on
wait a
this live
minute,
last
because I
night
watched it
talking about
3
Jewish people even
Wait,
further.
but wait a minute. Piers Morgan specifically said, "Do you want to apologize for the Jewish?" They went back and forth. He said no. He finally said yes. He said, "Well, this is what I want to say to them." I guess my whole point is,
That wasn't an apology.
okay, whatever you want to call it, though, that was towards the Jewish people. And the point I'm just making is, some of us will placate to white. But it's like we're not. I doubt we'll ever hear him say any kind of apology or show any kind of grace of how his recent statements have hurt the black community.
I honestly like this. A lot of people are not going to agree with the George Floyd thing, and that's just simply because there's people who feel like he feels, right? But when he said the DEATHCON, when he said that, he said just for the confusion. He did not apologize. Pierce Morgan practically like was trying to get it out of him. If he apologized, that would have been the trending topic
No, he
all
watched
day.
again. What I'm saying is any kind of if whatever you want, if it was a halfway apology, I'm just saying prayers got him to say something, and that little something was towards Jewish people. I guess the point I'm making is nothing was addressed to, hey, can you say something to black people? He didn't even say, well, okay, even that little bit that he gave, why didn't he say, okay, well, yeah, here, I'll give you this little bit for the Jewish people and to the black community and the Floyd family that I heard. I just mean everything that he said in that interview that people are, let's say, air quotes, saying an apology. It was for Jewish people. It was for the Jewish people.
And
It
at
was it
11
was
o'clock
nothing
last
for us.
night, 11 o'clock last night, he was on his platform on YouTube, further saying disparaging things about Jewish people and black
Oh no,
people.
no, no! I'm not,
Thank
but I'm
you.
not disagreeing with that. I'm not
Well,
I'm
I'm
not
not saying
disagreeing.
you
I'm just.
disagreeing with it.
Oh, okay,
My whole
okay.
point is that people be surprised at what Kanye says. I'm not surprised by
Yeah,
anything that
yeah,
he says or
yeah,
does, because this is who he's
yeah,
been from the very beginning. This is nothing
yeah,
new. He's not
yeah,
crazy. He knows
yeah,
exactly what
yeah.
he's doing, and it's all about him, and it's all about lining his pockets. In one of those tweets, when he said to Puffy, he tweeted Puffy, he said,
I saw it. Yeah, I know what
I'm
you're gonna
just
say.
trying to sell t-shirts and nobody's gonna stop me from making my money. He doesn't care about black
Yep.
people. He
And
doesn't
he
care about
later said,
Jewish
"You ain't gonna
people.
take
He
money
doesn't
from my
care about
kids." Yep.
anyone. He cares about Kanye West and what he can
Yeah.
get. The moment something is not going his way or he's trying to sell something, then he's going to cause some type of little
Yeah.
controversy or pander to a
Yeah.
group of people.
You're
But he
right.
knows what he's doing. I've been saying that. But the issue I have with the whole Jason situation is
Hmm.
Jason is a documented, because that's what the people said,
Mm-hmm.
he will blackmail you. And that's why I said
Facts.
Armand needs to lace up his sneaks because it's about to get nasty.
Yes.
There's a reason he hasn't said anything publicly
Facts.
yet. There's a reason why he's taking this out of nowhere high road because he's going to make sure Armand feels that pressure. I believe they did something they had no business doing because there's no way we've seen Armand. They were like, "Oh, he did it with such grace." I said, "Do y'all know Armand Wiggins?
He looked like he
Armand
was
Wiggins
scared.
who
He
cussed
sounded scared.
Tasha K out because she wouldn't give him the camera she uses. The Armand Wiggins who called me a B word because I simply said read the room and your demographic is black women. This is our Armand has
See, I
not
wasn't
changed
around those
overnight.
days. I hear about that. Hmm.
Now,
That
But
was
did he
literally two
sound?
I
years
think,
ago.
Couture Babe,
this is
let me
what
ask
we
Couture.
do.
Let
We're
me
gonna
ask Couture
stop
a
watching
question
them.
right quick.
Oh,
Couture Babe, did he sound like he was afraid to you?
oh, I
Yes,
just
I said
watched
he was
Couture
scared.
Babe. I didn't know that was her. Just watch your video.
He
Oh my God,
sounded
it was so
afraid
funny.
to me too. He said, I don't know what's going to happen to me at this, but I just have to do this. I can't go any longer or whatever.
He
He
sounded
sounded
scared to
afraid.
me, and I didn't like that because you let some big wide back man who got VSG to be a slim goody who's now wearing Balenciagas and the Versace's, the new edition, trick you out your spot, and that's why I was just like, wow, this is the same man who laughed in Chelsea's face and called her an idiot because at 21 she went to go do an internship with Jason
Right.
Lee.
Right.
Mm.
He blamed her. She was the victim, but he was blaming the victim, Armand was. He was like, this is your fault.
You
That's
can't get in
crazy.
bed with the devil and then come tell us about how Jesus is great the next day. It don't work like that.
Right.
What do y'all think? How do y'all think Jason is thinking about his relationship with Cardi? Because I know he got to be a little nervous. Like,
He gonna expose her too because I believe the conversation because he said he talked to somebody before he went live. So you gotta believe
uh-huh,
people who start talking to
uh-huh.
don't incriminate yourself. Tell a story, but don't ever incriminate yourself. And if y'all are content creators and somebody say something, don't ever incriminate yourself because then there's people like me who be like, "What? Who was you talking to?"
Can I please say something, please?
oh, I'm sorry. What happened?
Can I say something?
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I just didn't want to interrupt anyone. Um, Jason is messy. We all know that.
Mm-hmm.
We all know Jason's messy. People subscribe to him, love him due to his mess. We can't change that. But as I've said, I support Armon. Armon is talented. He knows how to do his thing with elegance, class. Armon is everything in that section. He's what Jason could have been, but but hasn't ever.
Mm-hmm.
And he could never.
As Jason. Um, Wiley, I don't like Wiley. I don't like Wiley. I don't like him at all. Ever since the Tasha K situation, even though I don't like Tasha K, I don't like airing. You do not air people's private business out loud. I don't like that. I respect people's private stuff. I don't like that. I may not be friends with you anymore, but I'm not going to air all your business. Absolutely not.
My mama taught me better than that.
Exactly. It's just disgusting, which is why I do not like Wiley at all.
Well, I feel like this. I conduct myself the way you conduct yourself. You know what? I'm not going to go low. I'm not going to be the first one to go low. I won't do that. And there are certain things that I won't do. But I tell you one thing, if you start coming at me and it's crazy and the things that you are doing are very detrimental
I'll
to
agree
me,
with you.
then I'm going to come back at you the same way. And I'm just being honest.
Yeah, I just look at this whole situation could go two ways because I kind of know an experience like this from like being in a sorority, and I'm older. So we had a big sister who was a Cancer, and she would like start shit about some other sisters, and the other sisters never knew because she was bringing in the new people. And before you know it, she spreaded this cancer about the other sisters, And it had gotten down to, pledgees that for the last like 10 years. And now it's been longer because she's still in that area. I don't even live in the state. And I found out last year that one of the younger girls that came in told one of my line sisters like what had happened. And this was like shared in email. And I was like, wow, finally it's been out. But I also feel bad that like, damn, I wish I would have said something, because now it's giving all these younger women a bad taste in their mind about the chapter or the organization, because no one ever called this person out.
And you have
So,
to do that. You sometimes you have to call
yeah,
a person out. And you know what? You guys, Armon, he just recently did a video, and I watched his video. And in his video, he said he's not gonna discuss
yeah,
Jason anymore. But he also said, I'm done with all of these relationships with these celebrities. He says, I'm going to be um fair and balanced and neutral. I'm no longer gonna do what I was doing. So to me, that was that he was admitting that
Yeah,
he was jaded towards Cardi
this is
B.
my issue. After you didn't collect the coins and got in the door, now you want to be fair and unbiased.
Right,
Oh,
right.
like he was talking to Cardi though too, because he said, "I'm not doing anything for free, some
Yes, that's what
anymore."
he said.
Yeah, I think he was
He
like,
said
he
if
said
you can't,
anyone.
he said if you can't come on my platform, you
oh, he been
celebrities.
listening to us.
Yeah. Okay. Because I wrote that in his comments. I told him, I feel like you could have been farther if you had a stayed neutral. Even when he fell
Hmm.
out with Nicki, if he had a
Hmm.
stayed neutral and not just got in bed with Cardi B, I feel like he could have gotten further because he could have had both fan bases. But the way he
Hmm.
played it, that was a big mistake from him. And let me tell you something else. Jason Lee is going to win in the end when it comes to Cardi B because
Yes.
they have known each other longer, and
Hmm.
I'm sure he has stuff on Cardi B as well.
Jason, people don't know this. Jason brought Cardi to the Kardashians.
See,
Everybody forgets
You're
that.
right. He was
see,
in that. I remember seeing him in that video, like a when she was there, and that's when Kanye and Kim were still
And,
together.
and they was having that secret meeting where Kim was
Yep.
looking at her like, "Can I trust you?"
Yep.
see. So Jason gonna win that card. So Armand might as well let that relation go with Cardi B because he's gonna lose in the end anyway because Cardi is going to side with Jason.
Do you just want
Well, one
kind of?
second. Just
Mhm.
one second. Sebastian has to take off, but
Oh,
Sebastian, with your closing arguments, just to sum it all up, give us a summary and give us words of encouragement before you take off.
Okay. First of all, my closing arguments are this: Jason and Armand, both of you need to stop. You both need to stop. I don't care who's starting it, who's finishing it. Both of you just stop. Just phase out this whole thing. Second of all, my message to all content creators, especially the ones that allow people like me to just come in and content comment and just leave. Um we need to stop like the fighting and stuff like that. Everyone. We need to stop. We just all need to learn how to respect each other. And this is message is for respecting each other, not just when you're on their panels, when you're going in their comments and writing their live chats and writing certain things. You need to respect each other. Don't challenge the person. Challenge the argument. Challenge the conversation. Don't challenge the person. Challenge what they're saying. That's what you need to do. You don't go gutter low and start coming for the person, gunning for them. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to challenge what they're saying. That's how you have a conversation where both of you can learn. Tulsa, I have nothing else to say. Have a good night, all of you guys.
Bye, Sebastian.
Good
All
night,
right, okay.
Sebastian.
Good night.
Sebastian is young, and I just I knew that, but that's a good point he made.
It
Challenge
was.
the argument and not the person. So I don't always think that age means wisdom, because that was some wise advice.
I agree. I think
I
it
do
was
too.
beautifully said. I also feel like this. As a Black woman, I do I would never. I will side with Armon every day of the week because I know Jason was being very nasty and saying he. Because I've said it before, I've said it myself. He knows things based off of seeing him, and that means Jason knows how to read people really quick, and that's something Armon doesn't know how
Well,
to do.
listen, let's go around in a circle and let's share some of our frustrations that we have, our concerns. Let's put them out tonight and let's love on each other. Feel free to come by anytime. But Couture Babe, let's go ahead and start with you.
Okay, my frustration with this entire fiasco is we pick and choose when we want to be black first. And I understand emotions drive a lot of actions at the same time. Some people get into these relationships with people with an ulterior motive, and then they're the ones picking up, cleaning off the pie off their face because they didn't understand the big bad wolf was really the big bad wolf. I also feel like you can agree to disagree. Two things can be right at the same time, and we're not always going to be on the same page. That doesn't mean to run and use the legal system. And my final thoughts is this: it makes good content, it drives a conversation, and never turn your comments off. I think that's weak.
Here, here.
Mm.
All right. So talking faces.
I agree with just about everything that she said. The only thing that I will add is not just to YouTubers, to everyone. Sometime trying to take the easy route or the fast route is not the best thing for you, because what I see a lot of times with some YouTubers is that I hear everybody keep talking about a mentor, a mentor, a mentor. And I'm thinking to myself, why can't you just, do it on your own? Start from the bottom and work your way up. Sometimes I think that's why a lot of this mess gets started, is because people are looking for other people to put them on. And that brings a lot of mess. And it's kind of the same situation as the same analogy I'll use as these rappers, these female rappers. Instead of them just getting out there grinding, doing their hard work, they're all looking to Nicki Minaj for a feature. I want this feature. It's going to put me on top or whatever. And even if she gives you that feature, you still have to do the work. Stop trying to bypass and just jump from A to Z. Put the work in. And I think, it'll come out better for you in the end.
All right. Love it. All right, Reason.
Oh,
Let's
um, okay. Just really, I agree with everything that the lady said. I just want to say, for me, I'm not a content provider, but for me as a viewer, I'm going to take some responsibility because what Sebastian said resonates with me, and I didn't like how people kept talking about Sharrell's wig when they were talking about this whole controversy. But I did say something like, I called her Blondie, like she's an airhead. So I apologize for that. Hopefully she's listening. And so I should have just challenged the argument, which I did, but I added that. So as a viewer, I could do better. The rest of us as viewers, as subscribers, we could do better, because at the end of the day, everybody's human. But also, I would say to the content providers, what you put out to us, what you show us, unfortunately, that's the narrative that we follow. And so I don't like the weaponizing the race. When she said the whole as black people, we should do this. And I just believe if you're going to give advice, just be consistent and follow your own advice. And what's so difficult about, like, maybe popping back up online and saying, hey, this is going completely wrong, and this was my intentions. And that's it.
and apologize to Wiley. I think she should
Yeah,
apologize.
yeah.
All right. So, ladies, that was great feedback. And I would just say, like, for me, really acknowledging people are human, and just understand you have to believe in yourself first. When I speak about my mentor, Monica, you know, she that's only do just be more creative, just do you be relaxed, just you got this. And it's really your talent, it's because at the end of the day, I can tell you something all day and all night, but when you press record, it's all about you right then and there. It ain't about the next person. So being confident in yourself, and with me, I've told my family, my subscribers, I don't want a high rate of success. I want to eat, like a plane, it takes off, and then the nose of the plane goes up, and then you know, slowly, but then you get up in the clouds. So that's the way that I want it to be for me. God has, he can make things happen a little bit quicker. But I want to say this, being grateful and knowing that coming online is a character. And, you know, I know a lot of people get caught up in that character and they lose their morals and their values. Only thing that I would say is remember, when you turn on that camera, there are people in certain situations. I'm not going to call them out specifically, but you can save lives. So when you're turning on that camera, make sure you are comfortable and you can live with what you're going to say and how you're going to carry on. Jaguar Wright gave me some good advice about talking about important issues like this. She said, just do it. Just do it. And that's what I did. And I'm so happy that we were able to, not bash our sister. We want to see her do good. We want to see us get along. But we want you to understand that your words do matter and words do hurt. It's the old saying, sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt. Well, that's a lie. And that's a myth. I would say be a buddy and not a bully. Um, that's just not cool. I feel like we're all up in age to where we know right from wrong, and we know that there are consequences for that. Um, let's love each other. We got a lot of hate going on out here in these streets, so we don't need no extra help in that department. What we need help is educating, loving, and understanding, and also setting those boundaries. What are you putting and what are you intaking into your head? That negative series or that episode, you start to develop habits and that becomes your reality in your life. So do you want to live a nice, happy life, or do you want to live a miserable life? Because when people go off on me, what I got in my message today was, I'm just going to let them get it all out. And I'm going to say, well, my brother, my sister, look at all that self hate. And that's all I have.
I think that was beautiful. And that being
Yeah.
said, ladies, I'm gonna drop down. Thank you, Queen
True.
Tulsa, for having me up. I think this is beautiful. I didn't even know you had a channel. I don't
I
know
didn't
where.
either, Tulsa.
Say that one more time.
I didn't know you had a channel either.
Absolutely. Listen, if y'all have channels, drop them in the back chat so I can go ahead and drop them in the chat. And before you all take off, definitely follow me on Instagram, Goddess Tulsa Radio. I think the link.
Do you have it in your community on your page?
Yeah, I do. If you
Okay.
go to my about, you can click
Okay.
on it and it'll take you right there. But before we, every lady, people know where you're from, and then give them a positive affirmation. We'll start with you.
With
With
me?
who?
Yes, ma'am.
With Lisa?
With me? Who?
With Lisa.
Oh, okay. Um, I just want to make a statement because I was saying this to someone earlier today. Um, just like love on yourself because this world is so, don't forget to love on yourself because this world is so hard sometimes once you leave, the quarters of your home. So just don't forget to love on yourself. And I don't have a channel, but I just visited Couture Babe's page. I think I subscribed, but I'll double check. And if I can't see your name, but if you have a page, I'll follow you. And that's it for me.
All right. And we have Talking Faces. You're on mute, Talking Faces. All right, Talking Faces is took a quick intermission. Couture Babe, go ahead, babe.
Hey, I'm Katori Bay. That's my name on YouTube. I'm not from San Antonio, Texas, but I live in San Antonio, Texas. My positive affirmation for everyone tonight is love yourself first so that you can love others.
All right. And my positive affirmation to you all is put God first in any and everything that you do. If you find yourself in a tizzy, if you find yourself where you have something to say, but you don't trust nobody, just go somewhere very quiet and just pray. He can hear you. Just talk to him. On that note, I want to thank you all for coming by the Goddess Queen Tulsa show after dark. And we are out. Good night, ladies.
Good night.
Hello and welcome. Thank you